Hello, we're very well indeed, back again, Magic Mike back again as well. Today we're going to vlog an amazing magic show from 1977. This is an amazing magic show, okay? This is my favourite magic show of the 1970s. This is 1977, this is Doug Henning doing an amazing spectacular magic show, including walking through a real brick wall, okay? This is back in the day when he did this kind of trick. So look at this now, let's vlog. Next few minutes or so, the amazing Doug Henning walks through a brick wall, so the spectacular illusions from his 1977 Spectacular, okay? Here we're going to go. Very well, did say. It's nice to be back again, vlogging again. It's a lovely September day back again here, as I say. I've already done a big vlog this morning, doing another vlog here today. And we're going to vlog today an amazing magic show, 1977, which is called Doug Henning walking through a brick wall, okay, and also some spectacular as well, including appearing with the assistant Glenn Campbell, the singer Glenn Campbell as well, seriously, okay. So let's look at this show right now. Look at this right now here. I'm going to try and get the show up right now on television. Now, it's a really amazing show, seriously, okay. Now, this show begins, okay, with a motorcycle disappearance, which unfortunately is not actually on tape, unfortunately, okay. But I have got some lovely close-up. Doug Henning was a really great close-up magician. Doug Henning was a brilliant magician, of course. He had his lovely moustache, his lovely kind of curly hair, kind of stuff. You know, his kind of bright kind of outfits he used to wear as well. Seriously, I love Doug Henning. Seriously, he was the best magician of seriously the 1970s, and a lovely magician to be as well. Really was a great magician. I do love Doug Henning very much indeed. And of course, he's a precursor of Dave Coffer. Dave Coffer came after him in the 1980s. In the 1970s, Doug Henning kind of ruled the world as the best magician in America, so he really was, okay. This show's full of amazing stuff. The show begins, okay, with some really love close-up magic with Doug Henning as well. And do check this out on YouTube. The show's on YouTube in 1977, okay, the year of Star Wars, okay, 1977. Remember that year very well? Don't you remember that year very well? Anyway, here is Doug Henning doing some amazing stuff. Doug Henning begins with doing a lovely trick called Esoteric. A very rare trick, okay, where a pack of cards, okay, moves around the pack, and cards are chosen by a ghost, okay. I did it in one of my videos myself. The card moves around, like, with spirits kind of stuff. Cards pop out of the pack on their own with kind of ghosts, basically. Have a look at this. This is a lovely version. Classic, but rarely ever seen Esoteric, where the ghost moves the pack of cards around, okay, alright, with ghostly kind of powers. With Doug Henning just doesn't even touch the pack, okay. It's an amazing moving pack of cards. Have a look at this. The amazing moving deck of cards, Esoteric. Have a look at this. Very weird trick. I don't see it very often. Done very well indeed with Doug Henning indeed, okay. But I do love that trick indeed very much indeed. It's called moving cards, alright. But then go from there to the amazing Torn Store paper. We're going to pick a piece of cigarette paper. Doug Henning holds it right in front of your eyes, right in front of the camera, tears it in little pieces like this, alright, okay, and restores it back to a real bit of paper again, okay. It's a lovely bit of close-up magic, done really well indeed by Doug Henning, right in front of the camera. So there's no way cutaways or tricks, okay, camera tricks. Have a look at this. This is the amazing Torn Restored cigarette paper, done very well by Doug Henning. Have a look at this. Good, isn't it? I've got to say. to another trick, okay, with another rarity magic, done very rarely indeed, which is the cut and restored handkerchief, okay. Now, this is the rich, again, I've seen some magicians do this. Remember Doug Henning, I remember Wayne Dobson doing this back in the 1990s, and some other people did it as well. So rarity, this is a lovely version of the cut and restored silk handkerchief. The handkerchief is kind of sort of stretched up his handkerchief. He gets some scissors, cuts the handkerchief in two quite cleanly in front of your eyes, okay, and the handkerchief is restored again back to one handkerchief again. Done very well indeed. Have a look at this. This is a lovely version of the sear clean cut, very clean cut and restored silk. Have a look at this. It's very nice indeed, okay. Good, that one, isn't it? I like that one very much indeed. Again, that's trick I've done very rarely. I haven't seen it done very often, but it's a lovely version of that. I might do that myself in my video. I love that trick myself, actually. Okay, then go from there to another bit close, which is Slydini's coins and rings. Slydini's coins and rings ring indeed. This is a trick done by Slydini. Back in 1977, Slydini, the American magician, was still alive actually in those days. He's one of the best magicians in the world. He lived in New York City, okay, he lived quite near Doug Henning, I think. And maybe he taught Doug. I know Doug Henning was a student of the great American magician Di Vernon, okay. This is a lovely version of Slydini's coins and ring, okay. Have a look at this, it's a lovely trick, seriously. Done again by Doug again, very well. It shows how good Doug Henning is at close-up magic. This is a bit of coins and ring a la Slydini, okay, done by Doug Henning. Have a look at this as well, it's pretty good, okay. Good, that one, isn't it? Good seeing that stuff. I love seeing that kind of close-up, don't you? I mean, Doug's a really good close-up magician. The one thing about Doug Henning is a lovely guy. He's got a lovely charisma, lovely smile. He's got a lovely personality, hasn't he? You know, one thing about magic is, it doesn't matter how good at magic, but how's your personality? And his personality is fantastic. I love that he smiles, the way he looks. He's always happy, isn't he? I love that kind of hippie kind of 60s happiness about him. You know what I mean? I love that kind of stuff about Doug Henning. I love that kind of stuff. I think it's fantastic, okay? Okay, Doug then goes to a kind of routine, a kind of like kids kind of routine here, where kind of kids playroom kind of routine. Really interesting, isn't it? Like a giant kids playroom, basically. And Doug gets a broom, okay, takes the broom, top of the broom off, and then there's a floating handle of the broom, a la the floating cane we've seen with David Copperfield done very many times. Remember, have a check out Copperfield number 1, my video on Copperfield number 1. But anyway, here's a version of the lovely floating cane, okay, done with a broomstick. Done really well actually by Doug on this. Have a look at this. Doug Henning's floating cane. Have a look at this, okay. Again, it's quite nice, isn't it? There's quite a lot of illusions together in the kind of a vignette here right now. It goes to another trick where it gets a big box, which is called a separated box, the box in pieces, okay? It's a cabinet with about 5 different boxes in it, basically, and it's a box misassembled, and then he assembles the box together into sort of puts them together basically, clicks his fingers, opens the door, and out pops a girl. It's quite a nice version of the big box assembly cabinet, okay. Have a look at this. It's quite a nice trick again, seen a few times. Remember Copperfield did that on the show, the James Bond show back in 1980 or so. Have a look at this. It's lovely. This is a version of the box assembly done with a beautiful girl assistant. Have a look at this as well, okay. one, isn't it? I like that one. He then goes to the stuff as well. He does some more stuff. He does quite a nice version of Dancing Handkerchief again. This is Dancing Handkerchief. This trick was done by Harry Blackstone, the great Harry Blackstone back in the 30s and 20s and 30s, okay? Being an American magician, made famous by Harry Blackstone. Also by a magician called Dante as well, I believe, okay? And also that done by Godfrey again, Godfrey number 1 he does as well, back in 1977, about the same time as this as well. It's a big trick at the time, Dancing Handkerchief. It's done very well again. The beautiful assistant girl and Doug Henning do a lovely dancing handkerchief. The handkerchief pops in and out of a giant kind of bottle, basically. Have a look at this, it's lovely. This is the classic version of Dancing Handkerchief with a giant bottle. Have a look at this as well. It's good, isn't it? Okay. I like the trick, it's a good trick. That was very popular at the time, wasn't it? Harry Blackstone did that an awful lot on his show, Harry Blackstone. He died in 1990s, Harry Blackstone. I just love Harry Blackstone. We then do some more stuff, we do some other things as well. We also get a thing, kind of like a toy, basically. A toy kind of like a little kid in a toy. We get a toy, kind of the deer, a little tiny toy deer, basically. And he gets it with a little kid with him, and he puts the toy deer, okay, into a cage, basically. It's a little toy deer into a giant cage, basically. Pin the kid around, put a cloth over it, and the toy deer becomes a real deer, okay? Yes, he does, okay. There's a lovely illusion. This is illusion quite a lot in his shows over the years. It's good to have a look at this again. This is a lovely version of the classic cage changer, changing a toy deer into a real deer. Have a look at this as well. It's really quite nice, okay? Again, he loves the trick. The cage does that a lot. That cage does. I like that cage change. It's quite a good trick, isn't it? The cage change, isn't it? Does that an awful lot on his shows, isn't it? The cage change. Many illusionists do that trick today, actually. The cage change, and it's quite a good trick, actually. We then another odd thing. It gets also a big tube, basically a big tunnel, and a big tube. Well, it's a weird trick, actually. The woman gets in the tube, okay, and she jumps the tube and slides down the tube and comes out as a little kid, but a version of herself, basically. She becomes a little kid, basically. It's really odd. Now, Doug Henning himself gets in a box, and the box is shrunk down, okay. He comes out of the box and he becomes a little kid version of himself. So basically, we've suddenly now got two kids on stage, a mini Doug Henning and a mini version of the girl, okay. All right, so they've basically been shrunk to little kids, basically. It's weird, isn't it? Okay. I like it. Have a look at this. It's quite interesting, isn't it? They become like little kids now, basically. Now they go from being little kids to doing other tricks. He'll also do a couple of tricks where I think where Doug Henning does the box trick. He vanishes from a box and appears in a box hovering above him, basically. Okay, it's good trick again. Have a look at this. This is the vanish in the box and appearing in a box hovering above him on the middle of the stage. All right, so it's quite good as well, that one. The final illusion, okay, where Doug Henning and the mini versions of Doug Henning and the girl, basically, they now become little kids, basically, okay. They then get onto a podium, basically, and they put kind of giant kind of dragon masks on, basically, And suddenly, these dancers wave their hands basically, and Doug Henning and the girl become gradually back up to being adults again basically. Have a look at it again, it's quite nice. So the kids are restored back to being adults again. It's kind of a good illusion, isn't it, this? I quite like this again. And it's very clownish, a lot of kind of clowns and the 19th century kind of dancing. It's quite dated, isn't it? Have a look at this is quite nice. This is the version of the kids going back to being adults again, okay? Have a look, this is quite nice as well, okay? So it's quite a nice illusion. So we've got a few tricks in there, haven't we, in that illusion? We've got quite a few vignette tricks going on there. We've got the appearance of the deer, we've got this box assembly, we've got them becoming kids and going back to being adults again. It's quite a nice version of the little tricks kind of interwoven together basically, isn't it? It's quite nice, I must say, very much indeed it came. Got a very another weird kind of illusion, which is interesting. I don't really like it very much, but it's kind of a weird illusion where Doug Henning gets in the giant kind of box called the dream box basically, and the box is empty, gets in the box, it's covered in clouds basically, and he puts his head through, puts his arm through this box. There's nothing in the box except Doug Henning basically. And he does some movements with his fingers and opens the box up, and out pops a plasticine ball, okay? He closes the door again, does some more manipulation with his fingers, and in the box again, okay, and suddenly the ball and the cabinet's turned into a plasticine rabbit basically, a plasticine rabbit, okay? Close the box again, okay, does some more movements with the fingers again, opens the box again, okay, and out pops a real rabbit, okay? It's quite a weird trick, isn't it, okay? It's a real rabbit. It's a weird version to make a rabbit appear, isn't it? But have a look at this. I'm not a big fan of this. It's quite interesting. This is kind of a dream box, okay, where the plasticine rabbit becomes a real rabbit. Have a look at this. It's quite fun as well, seriously. And here we're going to see Glenn Campbell again with Doug Henning again, doing quite a nice version of colour changing handkerchiefs again. They basically get a big handkerchief. Doug Henning gets a purple handkerchief, puts it in his fingers, that comes out green, okay, and purple comes out green, okay, kind of changes colour. It's called chameleon silk, basically, the trick. It's a very old trick going back again 100 odd years or so, okay. So very well here again. There's a love trick that you could do yourself actually. He does a version here with Glenn Campbell. He does it, Glenn Campbell can't do it, okay, for comedy purposes. Good fun here. Have a look at this. This is the amazing chameleon silk, okay. The silk changes colour from green green, purple to green and back from green to purple. Okay, have a look at this again, it's very nice indeed. Okay. Good trick, isn't it? That trick I do myself. I did the trick with my video myself actually, that trick. It's quite a good trick to do. And if you're a low budget with magic and you'll do some good magic routines and stuff, then do that trick to do. So it's Chameleon silk. Good for kids' parties, good for audiences, good fun trick, seriously. I haven't seen it done very, very often nowadays, but back in the day it was a very popular trick back in the 1980s. Chameleon silk, where the silk changes colour, okay? Have a look, it's a very good trick to do, seriously. I would recommend it definitely indeed, okay? There's so much tricks to show, seriously, there's some tricks to show, aren't there? I can't believe how many tricks there are on this show, so many tricks in these magic shows. We then go from there basically to a levitation. There's quite a nice version of levitation with a girl. It gets 3 kind of blades, okay, 3 swords, kind of saber swords. Puts them on a big glass platform basically. Puts a platform out into the audience, alright, so the audience are right around the platform. It's quite nice actually. And the girl levitates upon 3 kind of swords, okay. Take the swords away as well, and the girl's levitating on 1 sword. It's quite a good trick again. It's quite nice. Have a look at this. This is a lovely girl with a lovely kind of bob haircut back in the 70s, in 1977. Okay, this trick is quite entertaining, interesting version of levitation again. Okay, so an old trick goes back about another 150 years to the days of Robert Houdin, who made this trick back in Paris in the 1850s or so. Seriously, but it's a nice version, updated again to modern times again. This is Doug Henning floating the girl, okay, on the blades. Have a look at this, is quite nice as well. We then go to the final illusion of the show, after all that, which is the best in the show, in my opinion, apart from the moving cards, which is the beginning of the show. I love the moving cards at the beginning of the show. And that, of course, is walking through the brick wall. Now, of course, the brick wall illusion is very good. Doug Henning basically has a big brick wall on stage, okay? And they have a real builder on stage, a real builder, a big hat comes on, the wall's really real. No, it's a real wall, seriously. And he gets a big hammer, and he hammers the wall's really a really solid wall, basically. It's a real solid wall, okay? They then get basically 2 kind of big tables, put them on the other side of the wall, okay? And they also get some big screens up, which you see through the screens, because they're kind of opaque, so you see through the screens, basically, all right? And then you can see Doug Henning getting up on one of the tables, all right? In bright light, okay. There's no hideaways. It's bright light, okay. There's no camera tricks either, of course. There's always with these magic shows. Now Doug Henning proceeds to walk through the wall. Yes, he actually walks through the wall, okay? It's really good indeed, seriously. Have a look at this now, it's quite good. This is a good version of a walking through a wall. This trick was invented by Houdini actually 100 odd years ago. Again, Houdini invented so many tricks, didn't he? Walking through a wall, okay? We know that Copperfield walked through the Great Wall of China in 1986. This is 1977. Interesting, isn't it? So here's a clip of Doug Henning walking through the solid brick wall. It's a solid brick wall, seriously. It's good, isn't it? If you look at this trick seriously, if you rewind the tape, you can actually see the tricks. Now the trick is exposed, unfortunately, which is very sad about this because it's a very good trick actually. But if you rewind the tape very carefully, the trick is actually exposed. You see the trick actually works. Okay, it's very good indeed. Is it mirrors? Maybe mirrors. Okay, mirror tables. Maybe mirror tables. Good trick, seriously. Have a look at it again on YouTube again. Very good indeed, seriously. And I do like the illusion. It works really well. The wall is really solid, okay? So you're right underneath the table as well, can't you? And behind it all as well, run the whole thing as well. So it's quite an effective illusion, isn't it? I must say indeed. And it gets away with it. It's a shame the trick is exposed a little bit. So you rewind the tape and see how the trick actually works, okay? It's quite a shame. They could have cut out, couldn't they? Maybe this show was live. I don't know if this show was broadcast live back in 1977. Could be the reason why the trick's a little bit exposed. But anyway, nevertheless, it's a good trick. So have a look at this again. It's a very good trick, as I said. The lovely and amazing walking through a brick wall. The final trick of the show, after all that, okay, is production of flowers. So weird trick again. This trick again goes back to Victorian times, back to the heyday of Victoriana kind of period. This is where it gets a big kind of like a flower pot put on stage, okay, and a big kind of metal tube, all right. It's kind of a weird trick actually. Again, the tube's completely empty, and he waves the tube over the flower pot, and that pops a whole lot of flowers, okay, about this much flowers basically. Then he gets the tube over to a girl. The girl holds her hands out, okay, and more flowers appear out of nowhere, okay. It's a good trick again, seriously. Kind of a real oldie bit of golden magic. They're pairing flowers from the flower tube. Have a look again at this one. Very nice indeed, okay. That one's pretty good, isn't it? Again, it's a rare trick. I haven't seen it done very much at all, actually, the flower pot illusion. Again, this is a trick going back a long way. I think there was a guy called Mervyn Leroy or someone who did that years ago, about 40 odd years ago, who produced loads and loads of flowers from loads and loads of different ways of producing flowers, okay? He was a big flower guy, actually. But it's a good trick, seriously. It's a rarity of magic to see it, isn't it? The flower pot illusion, isn't it? But it's a good trick. So have a look at that still there. It's a good trick. And quite a good way of ending the show, basically. So hope you enjoyed the very much you did, okay? Good show, isn't it, okay? It's not the best magic show of all time, but it's a good magic show with some really good illusion in it, seriously, okay? With the flower pots at the end, we've got the walking through the brick wall, of course, in it. They're not going to becoming little kids and going back to adults again. We've got that as well. We've got the appearance of the assembly box as well. We've got in it the girl levitating on the blades. We've got in it also, we've got so many things to show. We've got in it as well, we've got the Esoteric moving cards in it. We've got the Torment Store paper. We've got the Cover Store silk handkerchief. We've got so many good illusions. Good shows in it, seriously. I really recommend the show. Good show to see. If you're into magic illusion, I recommend seeing the show, seriously. It's a really good magic show to see, without a doubt. Okay, we recommend it definitely. Okay, so get on YouTube, okay, with the shows preserved, and have a look at these amazing magic shows from the 1970s and 80s. It's amazing shows. Check them out, please do. If you want to learn a magic illusion for yourself, history and art and magic, these shows are absolutely essential. Please check this out, please do. Okay, look at these shows without a doubt. Okay, anyway, please look at this again. Please remember to subscribe. Remember, click links below for 130, 140 videos I've made of magic and chat and illusion. Okay, made myself. Please check the channel up. Please do as well. Please do. Okay, look at this again. Please remember to subscribe. Okay, please do. Okay, I'm now 51 years old. Can you believe it? Seriously, had my birthday last week. Okay, I'm 51 years old. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Okay, 40 years in magic. Can't believe it. Seriously. Anyway, please subscribe. Okay, please check the other videos out on the channel as well. Please do. Okay. And look at us again for a few more days, okay, and hope you get on very well indeed. Please do. Hope you enjoy the rest of this year. Please do enjoy it, okay. Look at us again very soon again. Once you're subscribed for some more magic and chat and illusions and secrets, okay. See you very soon, and bye for now. Bye bye.